The story for this anime begins with Chiaki arriving home while talking to her girlfriends. They are discussing how Yukiko's boyfriend can't make her happy properly, and Chiaki says it's because he's teeny-weeny down south. Their call gets interrupted when Chiaki hears Nao scream from upstairs. In the bathroom upstairs, Nao feels frustrated for accidentally breaking the rubber ducky he bought from Amazon. It seems the toy can't handle the size of his gigantic resolve, so he curses his gift. Nao apologizes to his toy and says he'll clean it up before Chiaki sees the mess he made, but it's too late because she's already beside him. Realizing it's an amazing Kodak moment, Chiaki happily takes a photo of Nao's situation for prosperity purposes. Being the proud sis that she is, she immediately shares the photo with her girlfriends. Yukiko and Nagisa immediately get surprised and amazed by how gifted Nao is. Chiaki then tells her friends that Nao's resolve is huge as hell and asks if they'd want to come over and see it themselves. She also thinks seeing him flustered while being cornered would be fun. When Nao gets home the next day, he gets surprised to see Chiaki and her friends waiting for him. They grab a hold of him and officially starts what they call Nao's gift appreciation party. Upon seeing Nao's resolve, Chiaki's friends immediately feel a chill down their spines. Yukiko concludes that his boyfriend is severely lacking, while Nagisa is in pure disbelief that such a monstrous thing even exists. To save face, Nagisa tries to brush it off as if her more mature boyfriend is still better. Hearing this, Chiaki says that Nao's isn't even in its final form yet. Nao can only look in terror as Chiaki and her friends prepare to send cultural energy toward his resolve to make it take its final form. While she holding Nao, Chiaki asks her friends how his resolve compares to the ones their boyfriends have. Yukiko immediately admits that Nao's is more massive and thinks it will be a good thing. On the other hand, Nagisa isn't sure and says she needs to take a closer look. Nagisa closely inspects Nao's resolve and gets playful with him while she's at it. She then learns that he is still single and says using his resolve on mere toys is a waste. Nagisa then starts being even more playful with Nao. However, things quickly get out of control after she wonders how Nao's resolve would feel. Chiaki asks if she's planning to sample it, and Nagisa says she wants just the tip of the iceberg. However, like every other time that line is used, it ends up with the Titanic sinking all the way. Chiaki immediately scolds Nagisa for casually becoming Nao's first appreciator. Nagisa says she be extra careful to avoid making Chiaki angry, but it's too late. Nao can no longer hold back and starts moving on his own. The girls panic and no longer know what to do. Nagisa is slowly losing her senses as she gets appreciated by Nao's resolve. She even lets him deposit his white gold in her safe when the time is right. Nagisa then leaves a satisfied review, saying that Nao did a wonderful job. Chiaki is still in disbelief and says she won't care if Nagisa suddenly gets bloated. Nagisa jokes around and calls Chiaki her big sis. Meanwhile, Yukiko stares intently at Nao's resolve as she tries to silently control the culture building inside her. She then also congratulates him for his first appreciation session. Later that evening, Nao contemplates what happened earlier and how everything was wonderful. He then gets startled when the lights suddenly turn off. To his surprise, Yukiko enters the bath. She politely apologizes for what happened earlier that day and offers to wash Nao's back in return. In truth though, Yukiko has a hidden agenda for being there. She starts messing with Nao and finds his reactions cute. However, she then starts focusing on his resolve, and her base instincts eventually get the better of her. She asks Nao if she can also appreciate his resolve like Nagisa earlier. Yukiko tells Nao that her boyfriend can never handle her cultural needs. She wants to practice with Nao so she can get used to the right feeling she wants to experience. Nao is in disbelief after seeing a seemingly refined girl like Yukiko trying to allure him in a cultured way. He starts to wonder if all women are like that but eventually brushes the thought aside and blames his gift. Nao lets Yukiko appreciate him, and she immediately steps on Lego at the very start. As they continue, Nao starts liking Yukiko's cute reactions and gets the urge to get a little fiercer with her. To his surprise, it seems Yukiko is liking it more. He starts by asking her which resolve is better, his or her boyfriend. Yukiko doesn't want to answer the question because she'll feel bad for him. Since she's being hard-headed, Nao makes a surprise deposit of white gold in her safe, which immediately melts her brain. After that day, Nagisa and Yukiko regularly visit Nao to appreciate his resolve. It seems that they can no longer find happiness if it isn't the same as his resolve. Since she's liking Nao's fierce treatment, Yukiko asks him to reprimand her more for being bad, and he obliges her request since he respects his elders. Nagisa finds it funny that they seem to be in their own world. Once again, when the time is right, Nao makes a deposit in Yukiko's bank, making her step on another Lego on the floor. Suddenly, Chiaki returns home from school and is surprised by what she sees. Nagisa greets Chiaki, who immediately asks them what they're doing when it's clear that they're appreciating her little brother. She calls them out for lying about going home first because they are busy with something. Nagisa tells her it's true and that appreciating Nao is the thing they're busy with. She then admits they're now enamored by Nao's resolve and that he's been letting them appreciate it for a while now. Chiaki asks why they're doing as they want with Nao. Suddenly, Nao makes a deposit in Nagisa's bank, and she accidentally steps on Lego again. Chiaki is dumbfounded at what's happening in front of her. Then, Nagisa asks her if she wants to join them. She says there's no way she'd join, especially since it's with Nao. Chiaki storms out, leaving Nao shocked and concerned. In the bathroom, Chiaki expresses her frustration about her friends doing whatever they want with Nao as if they own him. Strangely enough, she suddenly wonders if Nao's resolve was actually that amazing. She thinks that if such a resolve does go her way, she'll also probably get her brains melted. Nao suddenly appears with all his mighty glory, startling Chiaki. Nao takes a moment to admire her and wonders what kind of face she makes when gasping for air after stepping on a Lego. Nao asks permission from Chiaki if he can appreciate her. While she doesn't say yes, she doesn't stop him either. Nao realizes Nagisa is already well flooded. He points out she must have liked watching her friends appreciating him earlier, but Chiaki denies it. Disappointed that she's lying, Nao decides to pound the honesty out of her. Chiaki says Nao is being too cheeky and tells him not to get carried away since he's just a level 2 noob, and she has more experience than him. Hearing this, Nao says he'll no longer hold back. Nao asks for a review of his performance so far, and Chiaki says it's a so-so. She also says that a bigger resolve doesn't necessarily mean better performance. In response, Nao becomes determined to make Chiaki step on Legos. Nao deposits some melted white gold in Chiaki's account, leaving her dazed but relieved that she managed to hide how she truly feels the entire time. Much to her surprise, Nao immediately goes for round 2, swearing he won't stop until she becomes a more honest person. Chiaki loses the strength to fight back, and eventually, Nao manages to make her step on Legos. After that, Chiaki says that Nao stopped caring about the proper time and place for their appreciation sessions. Despite not wanting to admit it, Chiaki says she has developed cravings for Nao's resolve. One day, Chiaki's boyfriend arrives to visit her. Nao greets him and invites him inside since their parents aren't around, and says he will also leave soon. As she expected, Chiaki no longer feels happy with her boyfriend's resolve. When her boyfriend leaves to take a shower, Nao suddenly appears to finish they started. Chiaki finally admits to herself that she can no longer be happy by small resolves. After giving Chiaki her fix, Nao tells her to never appreciate her boyfriend again. Chiaki agrees and says she will be exclusive for Nao. After that, Chiaki officially becomes a Nao enthusiast, just like her 2 friends. The Nao gift appreciation party has also become a regular event for them, which they always hold at home. During one of their parties, the girls make fun of Nao for getting his resolve raging just by seeing their swimsuits. They then get their appreciation session going. Nagisa feels it's unfair that Chiaki gets to go first. Chiaki explains they have to hide during the weekdays and wants the freedom of appreciating Nao's resolve. Nagisa complains it's already been a week since she's had a dose of Nao's gift. It doesn't take long for Nao to make a deposit and make Chiaki and Yukiko step on Legos. When Yukiko gets her turn, she no longer hides her true self. She has also accepted that Nao's resolve is superior to her boyfriend's. Seeing the seemingly pure Yukiko in such a cultured state, Nagisa decides to record a video of her as payment for cutting in line. To their surprise, Yukiko suddenly starts liking things more. Despite it being wrong, Yukiko doesn't want to break up with her boyfriend. It turns out that she's now enjoying the feeling of going behind her boyfriend's back by appreciating Nao's resolve. Nagisa finally gets her turn with Nao and claims she's special because she appreciated him first. She suddenly reveals that she broke up with her boyfriend because he can no longer make her happy. Nagisa then asks Nao if they should go to the next level and start dating. She says they'll become partners and get married after his graduation. After that, they can indulge in all the appreciation they want and even have a family too. Nagisa asks Nao how many babies he wants, but before he can answer, Chiaki jumps in to interrupt them. She calls Nagisa out for selfishly trying to keep Nao to herself. Chiaki says that since Nagisa has been bad and she should be punished by impalement. With her appreciation levels overflowing, Nagisa screams as she also steps on another Lego. With Nagisa down for the count, Chiaki and Yukiko help clean up Nao. After that, Nao says that the rumors about his giant resolve spread beyond Chiaki's circle of friends. He says that various types of girls end up seeking him because of it. However, Nao says it's a story for another time.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like. It really helps the channel.